Now take your thumb and just play the 4th and the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap your foot on the fucking floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap your foot on the fucking floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap your foot on the fucking floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Got it? Let's start off with just pinching. So what we're pinching is we're going to pinch the low and the high string at the same time with our right hand. Nothing on the left hand. And then go back and forth. And you should use your index finger. I use my middle finger because I'm crazy. But so use your index finger and go. Pinching. And perfect. And you realize that the two high string, the high and the low, are the same notes.
Yeah.
And the 2nd and the 5th are the same notes. So any notes that we can play on the high string, we can play on the low string and on the 4th string. Now let's take our thumb and go like this. You're not plugged into an amp?
No, if I did, it would wake the whole house up. They're all in bed.
Got it. Okay, good. Now, low, high, low, high. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on the internets, there are ways to play the open D scales.
Okay.
And I'll show it to you, and you should go and find out the open D scales, and you'll see what notes we're playing. But so the notes that we're going to play are open, 2, 4, 7, 9, and 12.
So
Open. 2.
Open. Is it open then 2?
Open 2, then 2. Then 4, then 7, then 9, and then 12. Now, there are so many songs that use those notes, it's ridiculous. Also, realize that we can play the same thing on the 4th string. On the 4th, same notes. And same thing on the low. Nice. Now, just for the fuck of it, let's pinch the low string while we play the high string. So watch.
Right, this is where I get my problems. Timing is shit for me.
Timing, you said? Timing is a problem?
Timing is definitely a problem.
Well, so here's how you want to know how to do the timing?
Yes, please.
Tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap your fucking foot on the floor. 1, 2, fucking 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tapping my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap my foot on the fucking floor. Don't ever tell me that you have a problem with time. Just tap your fucking foot on the floor. That's the end of the lesson. Gotta go. The next thing is tap your foot on the fucking floor. Play 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and wait. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 while I'm tapping my foot on the fucking floor. So now your index finger is playing the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And the thumb stays the same, and all you're doing is throwing in 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. The 1, 2, 3, 4 stays the same. You're just adding an extra note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Shut your mouth and tap your foot on the fucking floor. Just for the hell of it, let's learn to play the 4 chord and the 5 chord. You understand theory enough to understand 1, 4, 5? Okay, so the 1 in this case is the first chord, which is a D. So 4 up from the D, D, E, F is a G. And if you cover all 5 strings on the 5th fret, that's a G. And then up from G, after G comes A, so move up to the 7th fret, that's an A. Down to the 5th fret, that's a G. And then open is E. Now, you know how to play an E chord in standard tuning?
No, I don't.
Really? So put your middle finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret.
Yeah.
And put your index finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret. And then just play. And if you listen, it's the same as this. Now take your middle finger and move it down 1 string. That's the 5 chord or an A. And then open. So D, G, D, A, G, D. And now I'm just using the same picking pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's the whole thing right there. Again, so what we're doing is we're not doing the 1 and 2, but we're just pinching on the melody. So it's so open, 4th. That's a pinch. And then one note which we haven't done so far is now to play the 2nd string, 2nd note, 2nd fret. Just playing the notes that we just showed. No, I don't expect you to do that, but that's to show you. And there are many other. Out there is 3 techniques in one. First, you're plucking, and then sliding, up, and then I'm plucking and pulling off. So the same thing is true when using the slide. It's the same note. So and you can pull off with the slide too. And of course, anything that you can play on the high string, you can play on the fourth. And when you play with the slide, you play over the fret, not behind it. When you play with your finger, you'll put your finger so that your finger is behind the fret. But when you play with the slide, it's right over the fret.